Hello and welcome. I'm Natchi Lazarus, and today I want to talk to you about working with volunteers in digital and social media for your church or ministry. Working with volunteers is a wonderful thing. It builds community, it creates an environment of give and take, and you work with people, and it reduces your cost, obviously. But more than that, it's also the wonderful way in which churches and ministries are designed to function, because it's not just about the cost, it's about the relationships and the way you get other people to participate in the ministry. So you do this together as a team, as a community. So it's a wonderful thing. But at the same time, when it comes to digital and social media, you have to be very prepared before you start working with volunteers, because this is media. And listen carefully, you are basically taking your media division and you are involving volunteers in it, which means you need to be extra prepared. So I'm going to give you 5 practical tips that could help you make this a very enjoyable relationship and create a win-win situation, make everybody happy and satisfied, okay? So that there's no feeling of, oh, I'm messed up kind of a thing. So the first thing is create boundaries. Create boundaries that would help volunteers to know what to do, what not to do, what they should be going about. So spend some time, prepare, create a document, an Excel sheet or a Google Doc or something that just defines boundaries, so that volunteers are very clear of what they should do and should not do. Number 2, set expectations. Set clear expectations with every single piece. Every single piece that you're giving out to volunteers should have a deliverable, should have the expectation clearly stated out, so that there is no two ways about it. These are all common principles that we follow outside for other volunteer and other positions. But when it comes to digital and social media, we just give it and say, oh, do something, because we don't understand it sometimes. Or sometimes we think it's okay, just online, you can always delete it. Yes, you can, but it's always better to be extra prepared. So I find that in certain organizations, that's why we get a lot of questions on this also. So I wanted to put this video together. So set those expectations. That's number 2. Number 3 is create a trial period in which you will work with these volunteers. This is a practical tip, okay? When you start working with volunteers, don't have a undefined or unlimited or even a long period of time. Try to keep the period of time a little bit shorter, like for example, a couple of weeks, a month, and then you tell them, hey, we'll work on this, we'll see how it goes. Because sometimes there is a volunteer that comes and says, I can do this, this, and this, but you find that there are some things that they are not able to do the way that you would like them to. So always set the trial period first. That way they don't feel that they have not delivered, or you don't feel that you have to stop them from doing their job after they've gone too far into the process. So set a trial period, define the job for that trial period very clearly, so that you can assess what is possible and what is not. That's number 3 practical tip for you. Number 4 is freedom. Okay, give your team freedom. What do I mean by this? Don't try to micromanage. After you set the boundaries, after you set the expectation, after you tell them what to do, once you give it to them, allow them to play around freely within that boundaries. Okay, because especially in social media and the digital space, because this involves a lot of experimentation. You need to create different types of content. You need to try what works. You need to see which people like, which they don't, what is doable, what's not doable. So there's just a lot of permutation combination. So if you start micromanaging everything from a volunteer perspective, it might create tension within the team. So once you set this all up, just let go, give them freedom, try a few things. Even if it goes wrong, be gracious, move on with it. That's my practical tip. Just give a lot of freedom to your volunteer team. And the final tip is appreciation. This is a leadership, quality. This is common across ministries. So, but especially in digital and social media ministry, please appreciate your volunteers more as you see what's happening. Even if something is not working, send out your appreciation and share the results with them. Many times that is also another practical important thing which is part of appreciation, which is sharing the numbers with your volunteer team. Suppose somebody helps you put together a video. Many times what I see in churches and ministries is you take the video, you put it on, it does so well, but you're so busy you can't even share the metrics with them. Like they are the one who worked on that video, right? But they don't have visibility into what's going on. They only see the numbers straight away. They don't see the analytics. So share those numbers with them. This will encourage them. That will help them to come out with more creative ideas in the next engagement that you have with them. So appreciate them, create a system of appreciation, culture of appreciation, and work with those volunteers. So there you have it. Those are the 5 practical tips I have for you to make your volunteer experience smooth when it comes to digital and social media. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you next week with another thought. Until then, you stay connected, stay blessed, and stay safe. If you have any questions or thoughts related to this, send it to me, and I'm very happy to answer them. You can DM me or leave your comments. Bye-bye.